Hello there fellow fans of Hollow Knight and welcome back to ranking Hollow Knight characters based on their drip level. It sounds like many of you enjoyed the first in this series, while others couldn't get over the way that I say snail shaman. Funnily enough, I'm often ridiculed by my friends for pronouncing words in my own special way, and I have a peculiar lisp that appears when I'm talking too quickly, but we're not doing that today.
Shaman. Shaman. Shaman.
I'll be taking no further criticism and moving on with the video by starting with Quirrell. I am a little embarrassed to admit this, but quickly going back to my inability to say certain words, I spent a good, 10 years of my life not being able to say the word squirrel. It would only come out as squirrel. I actually think I said it wrong then. Squirrel. Squirrel? Squirrel. The only reason I admitted Quirrell from the first video is that I was worried I wouldn't be able to say their name. I'm also going to upset all of you by putting him in C tier. I'm sorry. I know he's on apprentice wages, which is a measly £5.28 per hour here in the UK, but I'm sure he has more to give us than that. The only thing saving him from D tier is the fact that he is often seen wearing Monomont's mask, which is kinda cool, you know, a dreamer's mask. Next, Myla. Drip is much more than just clothing. Attitude and confidence can really carry you in this context. Myla's an independent woman who gets shit done. It doesn't matter how hard the work seems, she's loyal and reliable. Plus she does all this with a positive attitude because she does not care what you think, she's living for herself. And the helmet? Lit. A tier. We could all benefit from being a bit more like Myla. Someone commented on the last video asking for Tiso. You know, the arrogant warrior who's too good to use the stag system to navigate Hollow Nest and thinks of you as pitiful the first time you meet. D tier. The armor is cool, the attitude reeks of spoilt child, and most importantly, he does look like a garden gnome. Gnomes don't have drip. Sorry. Alright, Cornifer. He's giving Milo from Atlantis the Lost Empire, which is generally regarded as a good thing in this day and age, but it is teetering on the edge of the bug equivalent of a crazy obsessed scientist. Let's go with B tier. Crystal Guardian. Kind of like a YouTuber who just had their first viral hit and doesn't yet understand the value of money, so they whacked that first paycheck on sparkly gems so they no longer had to repeatedly bang on about how rich they are. It's a little insecure if you ask me. What's worse is these types never learn. What happens after I defeat this guy in a 1v1? Oh right, we do it again for some reason. You don't need to prove anything, my guy. D tier. King's Mold. Say what you will about these guys, but is there anything drippier than a blade in the shape of a claw that can be thrown like a goddamn boomerang? Plus, they are guards in the White Palace, which is kind of like a super secret members only club that you have to work your ass off to even be allowed to enter. S tier. They look fantastic. Next up, Nightmare King Grimm. Okay, we already spoke about regular old Grimm in the first video, and somehow he looks even cooler in red. I don't have anything higher than S tier, so that's where he's going. And now we'll move on to Great Nail Sage Sly. A tier, and that's because I'm entirely biased. Look at this weedy little dummy. Now look at him wielding a blade 3 times the size of him. I'm 5 foot 0.6 of an inch, which is about 154 centimeters. I'm also the kind of dumb, overconfident little guy that'll wield a hilariously oversized weapon to compensate. I get it. I really get it. Okay, final one for this video, Grub Daddy. Now hear me out, this guy might not be a traditional choice, but he's got a lot of charm. Best moustache in the entire game, or fake moustache since I'm pretty sure grubs can't grow them. He just wants his children back, but unfortunately he's not in his Liam Neeson and Taken arc, so it's up to us. He's a good father, that's cool, and yes I am choosing to believe the most popular theory in that he ends up helping his children reach the next stage of their lives. I will say no more. Plus he's absolutely heckin' minted. Every time I enter the room he literally makes it rain with money and fancy relics. A tier. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there for this one, but please let me know if you'd like a Silksong specific character drip tier list.